Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so May 26th here. It's 9 a.m. It's a Wednesday. PIRS is our lead gapper, which you guys know of from yesterday. What a run PIRS had yesterday. I did 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on PIRS yesterday. This was after the stream right here. A little bit of a cheeky move. Walked away with very small profits on this one very quick. I wasn't really planning to trade it again, but when it had this big move, I was like, if we can get a pullback entry on this, I'd be stoked. We got a pretty decent pullback, but I didn't hold very long. And then it had a huge power hour move here, PIRS. Absolutely amazing. I didn't trade power hour. Right now I'm in Berlin, so I'm 6 hours ahead from Eastern Standard Time. So this was pretty much like 9 p.m. for me. I'm not sure what I was doing. I think I don't know. It doesn't matter. I was probably on the couch chilling. I just had dinner. I was sleepy. Definitely not in good trading condition or mindset. I always like to do just pre-market trading and then at the open, and then that's pretty much it for me. Great move though. And then even extended hours had again huge move. So beautiful action. Usually, or not usually, but what we saw for about 6 months last year, and this is where I made a bulk of the income from trading last year, was we saw this kind of action right here, like from 7 to 8 pre-market, and then there'd be selling off, and then we'd have that second leg to the upside at the market open. And that's kind of where we were trading. We were trading, 7 to 8, sometimes 8 to 9, but 8 to 9 was sometimes a little bit more choppy. And then because 7 to 8 will be like that big first leg pre-market session, then there's a consolidation, and then there's that second leg, sometimes a third leg, right? So you're getting a stair-stepper pattern. We haven't really seen that lately, and it's been a little bit sad. PIRS moving up a little bit again. So I did one small trade on it, up 160 right now. That's the only ticker I've traded so far pre-market. Pretty mellow. Also didn't use that big size, but I'm excited to start using bigger size again. I was checking here for my my stats overall. Where was it? Let me go back here. Post stats overview. Let me quickly show my stats for May are ridiculous. We're not doing a lot of trading so far in May. I've only did the amount of trades I've done here is very small amount. Total trades 161 trades. It's really small amount. That the month is almost over, and look at this. My average position value is only $8,800. So very small. Last month it was almost double that. So we've reduced our position size or not last month, in February. Last month, April, was pretty slow as well. So there's usually 2 to 3 slow months every year for small cap day trading, I've realized. So I think this might be either the last slow month, or we'll probably have another maybe month. I don't know. We'll see how June looks like, but I don't know, maybe November or something like that down the road is going to be slow as well. But yeah, my position size here has decreased drastically because there's not as big of a reason to put the pedal to the floor here. Although we've lately, every now and then we'll have a nice runner, but I'm not really in the mindset that, oh man, it's a hot market, let's get aggressive. So I usually am letting them run without me, as you guys probably have noticed here on the stream a little bit, which is fine. I don't mind it. You can't catch them all as much as we'd like to. PIRS setting up here again, looking kind of good. We might see a little bit of continuation here. I think this is worth watching. PIRS from yesterday, so you could see it on yesterday's watch list as well. If you scroll down here to Tuesday, USA Biotech, 56 million float, 113 million market cap. Yesterday had a catalyst here, will receive $20 million as an upfront payment and it's eligible to receive more than 1.4 billion in additional potential milestone payments plus royalties from commercialization programs. That's big, plus collaboration news, really nice. So high relative volume yesterday. Really liking the news. And today, well, it's holding its highs very well. So far I like what I see. We also have NBRV. worth looking at for sure. Ireland Biotech, 25 million float, 53 million market cap. I mean, these are all kind of numbers that we're looking for. Positive phase 3 trial. That's a good catalyst coming out here. Acquired bacterial phenomenon. So also has a nice catalyst. So I'm definitely going to be watching NBRV and PIRS today. PIRS, just keep in mind, guys, it's going to be the second big gap day on PIRS. So anytime there's a big second gap day, you just don't know if that's going to be the one where there's going to be, you know, a dangerous offering or something like that. Always want to be a little bit mindful. PIRS, biotech, clearly historic evidence here of dilution. So this is just one of those companies you want to be a little bit mindful of, that they're probably going to throw some dilution on you. And yeah, on a day like today, we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe it's going to be a multi-day run, or maybe it's going to run all the way to new highs. We'll see what happens. But I'm usually a little bit more cautious. Right now, PIRS roughly around 490. We'll see how high this can go. Looks like we have really good upside here till 6, and big resistance at 6. I mean, if we're already at 490, we're pretty much halfway there. $5 clear support and resistance. 450, I would argue, seems to be kind of a good zone to be watching. I'll go ahead and highlight it here. So these are just trend zone. Big support and resistance zones on the multi. For anyone that's new, I know sometimes I get some comments here. I'll be checking out comments, and then sometimes I'll see something from a few days ago that I missed, and it's like there's a lot going on in your chart. And it's actually funny that you guys, or I get that comment from time to time, because in my eyes, there's like nothing going on in my chart. I've almost reduced everything. I only use VWAP and the 9 EMA. That's the only two indicators I use. Now, there are 2 deviations of VWAP. That's why it might look like there's more. And with all the red lines, which are support and resistance, it also might look like there's more indicators going on. But that's it. I'm not using anything fancy here. I just wanted to reiterate that. Sometimes I read those comments and I'm like, are we looking at the same charts? But I think anytime you look at somebody else's charts, it's probably very overwhelming because you're just not used to what's going on. But yeah, price and volume, price action is king, and that's pretty much all we use here. We use the 9 EMA to help identify entries on pullbacks. We're on the front side of a move, and VWAP as general trends. Want to be trading usually above VWAP. Exactly. Infinity Master Pokemon trainer over here. Also, another ticker I want to be watching here is IPOE. I ended up selling IPOE. I'm thinking about making a video on this. I already have I posted it in the Discord, and I made a post here on Trade Journal about it, where you guys can always see my posts if you just go to Winkler. In the future, you'll be able to link to my portfolio, so it'll be a little bit easier. But I sold IPOE. But I have the intention of buying back. We were on a 50% rally here. I'm trading it in my Roth IRA account, so it's sometimes good to manage a position because you don't pay taxes on it. So I'm going to be watching IPOE probably a bit here today. I'm actually more or less hoping that we're on the backside here. We're going to have another crack below 19, and then I would start liking to jump on this position. Right now it's selling off just slightly as well, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not totally sure if it's going to break this. If we go to my IRA account, you can see I have a limit order here below 19.5. But I don't really know if we're going to keep selling off. But I do want to be watching this one as well. A little bit of a side tangent there, but I know you guys sometimes ask about my swings quite often. So there we go. PIRS still selling off. Oh, Micah, I accidentally put you on timeout. I apologize. How do I untime you out? You're timed out for 300 seconds and I have no idea how to reverse that. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I have no idea how to reverse that. I think you're just gonna have to wait 300 seconds. That's 5 minutes. I feel really bad right now. Don't hate us. I'm more embarrassed for doing that than I am for, having a big loss on this channel in front of everybody, which is probably a good thing. So bad. So I just learned that if I hover over, wait, how do I do that again? If I click Alt or Control or Command, Command or Alt on accident, and then I go on the chat, and it will pop up timeout or delete or ban user, like on top of your name, and I accidentally clicked Alt. So now you know. Okay, back to topics here. Sorry for that little confusion, especially Mike. I'm sorry for that. What were we talking about here? Chat hold. Wow, that totally threw me off. It's 9:12 right now. Usually we'll be talking about news. If you guys want me to talk about a specific swing trade or whatnot, I'll be happy to do so. And I will also just keep on mentioning them in the Discord like usual as well. Otherwise, let's go here, just review the trending news really quickly. That is not the trending news. Here it is. And let's see if there's anything major going on that we need to be aware of. I was already going through it before. I haven't seen something that could throw off our trading today. A lot of news rehashed from yesterday we've already seen. Here, okay, let's just keep going through it. Look at this, Dow Jones Industrial Average celebrates 125 years. Imagine this. That would have been us guys on the floor right here. Might have to read this later, but I don't know if I have my Bloomberg subscription at the moment. The Everything is Expensive For store, Amazon got its first antitrust lawsuit here from the U.S. Let's actually read here a little bit. It's believed to be the first time that Amazon's been sued by the U.S. government over antitrust allegations. Apparently, they're burying some stores which are offering too low prices. And so it's making it harder and harder for individual sellers on Amazon. So right now the US government antitrust allegations are striking back. So that's kind of popping up here on the news. And home prices are soaring right now in the U.S. But this is kind of interesting. Sales are actually going down a little bit. There might be a correction coming up in home prices. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll see what happens. Big picture here, rounded up some Amazon bizarre housing market yesterday. 63% of surveyed buyers said they would put a bid without seeing a property in person. That's pretty, that sounds a little bit like a bubble. Sales are closing on average 1.7% above asking price, despite home prices already rising 24% annually. That's also a bit sounding like a bubble here. Lenders have called employers to confirm buyers have permission to WFH after the pandemic. To be honest, I'm actually not sure what WFH stands for. If you guys know, throw it in the chat room. Hey Micah, are you back in the chat? If you're not, write me in the Discord because I'm gonna keep an eye out. Because I haven't seen you write again, and I hope you're not like blocked or something. One home buyer, a would-be home buyer, promised to name her firstborn after the seller. She didn't get the house. So I mean, these are not exactly things you want to be reading here for the home buyer market right now in the U.S. Sounds very extreme. If you guys got your vaccines, United Airlines is raffling off free flights for the year for a year to some vaccinated customers. Cryptocurrency has had a ridiculous bounce here. 7 days, Ethereum's up 26%. Cardano, 42% rally here in the last 7 days. Just absolutely insane. Ethereum, I think, had a 40% day, at least at one point in 24 hours. Dogecoin not recovering as much. Okay, Mike is out of timeout. All right, good to know. I think vaccines here were finally over 50%. I remember checking. It was yesterday. It wasn't on the stream, but it was like a 49.9, and then here today documented 50.1%. So it was yesterday that we went over the 50% limit on vaccinations, but it's always documented 1 day late. So on yesterday's live stream it was 49.9, absolutely close. It's been really slowing down though lately. That's just with one dose, but at least we're over the 50% mark. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, recently trending news a little bit all over the place, so I'm not going to be looking into that too much. Oh my God, the amount that Berliners complain about rent prices is just mind-blowing. Probably shouldn't say that too loud, but it's a little bit insane. Mike is wondering if Amazon is a bad buy with that antitrust lawsuit. I don't think so. It doesn't seem to have too much merit. But at the same time, I don't know. technically Amazon could be in a little bit of a bear flag here. You know, I feel like Amazon does have a little bit of downside. To me, you know, I'm thinking, you know, how much upside can possibly be here, and is it worth the risk reward? And then not just is it worth the risk reward, even if it was a 1 to 2 risk reward, is it worth the opportunity cost, right? Because if I tie up, let's say $10,000 with Amazon, could I be doing something else with $10,000, like buying Shift Technologies or buying Coinbase or buying IPOE? I mean, there's tons of other very volatile tickers that might be a little bit depreciated. So it, you know, goes to question, is it the best opportunity cost? And I think you have to also ask that when comparing tickers, because if a ticker is, you know, at like an okay price to accumulate, it might not be good enough because other people are just going to be waiting for it to go lower because they're going to want to allocate their cash somewhere else. And I feel like that's a little bit the thing with Amazon. But at the same time, it might just be one of those tickers you want to just blindly accumulate for a long time. It had a 37% sell-off before. Right now we're only at about 20% sell-off. If we had a 30% sell-off, we'd probably be seeing around 2.5 thousand. I don't know if we're going to go that low. There's huge support here at around 3,000, but I don't know. It's hard to say. But I probably personally would wait till around 3,000, I feel like, before I would be buying this one. Then again, I have 2 Amazon Prime accounts and I use it a lot myself, which is a little ridiculous. I need to get rid of one of my Amazon Prime accounts, or at least partner up with somebody else. Because every country has their own Amazon Prime. It's a nightmare. It's great for Amazon. It's horrible for I don't know, expats, I guess you can say, like myself. 9:22 here. We still got plenty of time before the market opens. NOVN, I don't think we're going to be touching this one. This had a reverse split, 1 to 10. Technically, already sold off quite a bit. I'm not really sure if we're going to be touching this one. There was a time where I feel like trading reverse splits was a thing. Lately, I feel like they just don't do anything after they have their reverse split till maybe sometime in the future. But usually, it's followed up with dilution, and it's just not pretty. And NBRV. Yeah, so NBRV and PIRS are the 2 tickers that I'm going to be watching here into the open. What happened over here? Infinity Master says AMC stands for Alex Makes Cash. Oh, I wish that was true for my swing trades. Do I use tip ranks? No, I don't. Actually, there's a lot of questions coming in right now. I guess we'll just dedicate some Q&A time here. What is tip ranks? Well, first of all, GME, just crazy rally these guys have been on. Look at this, from around 137 to 234. I mean, this is like a 70% move. I just, you know, I feel like touching GameStop in these areas is just very ballsy. I couldn't do it myself. AMC, also, I mean, this company's near all-time highs. Like way before pre-pandemic highs. These are companies I wouldn't short, but I wouldn't go long either. But heck, if you like the meme stocks, I mean, these are the way to go. I feel like they're just a little bit distracting for me personally. I'm not sure if I'm even gonna, you know, bother trading them. But you know, I also don't like to be, you know, the one to be like, oh, I don't want to trade this. I like to keep an open mind. But I also know that every time I wander away from what I'm good at and what I've, you know, really studied, then I start making mistakes. Like as trading mid caps, I'm just not good at day trading mid caps. I'm also just not good at staring at my computer all day and then trading at, say, noon and then power hour because I have 1,000 other things on my mind. So I just, like, there's certain things that I just know over the long run, I'm like net negative, I guess you can say, on those activities. So I don't know. Yeah, I probably miss a few good runs here and there, but I don't know. I don't know if it's for me. But heck, you know, if there's a, I mean, it's not like we haven't traded AMC. I've done it several times. It's more of like, you know, if the opportunities are really right and it's in my time frame, and then you know, maybe some pre-market action and we have fast rate of change, but I'm not trying to scalp 2-3%. You know, if that's the whole entire move, and then, you know, I'm usually getting just a fraction of the whole entire move. So I don't know. It's not really for me. Plus, I feel like if I was AMC, I'd be doing offerings left and right. I don't know. That's probably not very fair either. PIRS, guys, crawling up here 4 minutes before the market opens. It looks like it could be a little bit of a gap and go situation here with PIRS. Remember, gap and go used to be a thing. I feel like we haven't seen a classic gap and go in so long. I could cry. Javier is wondering if I could check out ITP. I gotta quickly do this because the market's opening up soon. Actually, not a bad run so far, 30%. I'm surprised it's not on my pre-market scanner here. Do I have, okay, I have the 50 cent. It stops at 50 cents. That's probably why it wasn't on my scanner originally, but it should probably be now. Still not popping up. Anyway, oh look, GME is popping up here. ITP, I usually don't trade sub dollars because they oftentimes act a little bit funny. There's a lot of traders that just avoid them because certain exchanges, especially the quick day trading exchanges like Lightspeed, they charge per share, so a lot of people just don't trade them, and then you start getting a little bit wacky action on these sub dollars. I'm not saying they're not good to trade, and look at this one. Clearly, there's a lot of room for opportunity. But I always like to think, you know, once I'm trading with, you know, $50,000, $100,000 right now, you know, we're getting close to $20,000. You know, how fast can I move in and out of my money? If I'm starting to be like 5% of the trading volume in a minute, or even close to 10% of the trading volume in a given minute, that's really making me uncomfortable, and I would probably just prefer not to trade that ticker. So that's why I look at a company like ITP and I'm like, you know, maybe just pause off, because I'm not even going to be trading this company in the future, or similar companies in the future. I think you have to remember with finance and day trading specifically, the grass is always greener on the other side, and there's so many distractions when it comes to day trading that at one point you have to kind of draw the line in the sand a little bit, or else your head's just going to explode. You're going to try to do way too many different things and just, you know, drop the ball on many of them. So that's why I pretty much narrowed it down to trading small caps at the market, open and pre-market. Oh boy, Mike, that doesn't sound too good. Here's the link to the Discord. Just scroll down when you go to tradejournal.co/connect, and you'll get all the information there for the Discord. Hopefully it's not too bad. You're scaring me here. All right, guys, 50 seconds here before the market opens. Comment collected. It looks like SPY is going to be opening pretty much slightly green, which is one of my favorite ways for it to open, or slightly red. I almost don't even care, but as long as it's not too much. So TOS shouldn't be lagging too much. Time of force day, 1,000 shares ready to go. NBRA and PIRS are my two favorite tickers at the moment. We'll see what happens. PIRS is from yesterday, and it's quite extended, so I am a little bit more nervous on it. NBRA could find some really good support around too, so let's see what we get. Good luck, guys. $11 seconds here. I'm watching SoFi as well, or IPOE. Ding, 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 ding. See if IPOE has a little red to green. I'll jump on it. Nice pop there. NBRV, 4% move, really quick. PIRS having resistance there at 5. This looks like a potential red to green. I'm going to put alert here. I highly doubt it's going to go off, but I do want to remind myself that if we have a larger sell-off to below 167 or so, I would probably be jumping in on this one. MBVR holding here. Markets are looking solid. Oh, so much for holding. NBRV is selling off as well now. .5%. Both tickers are falling off. NBRV looks a little bit more stable. Nicholas says space is moving. Space has been a great one for us lately. I feel like I'm about to go full iguana mode here with my eyes looking at a lot of tickers at once. I'm not ready to jump in on PIRS. It could be a fake red to green with a flush here at 1485. That's making me a little bit nervous on trading it where we're currently at. NBRV, very identical move right now. Usually I'll be dip trading these around, oftentimes around 6%, and that's exactly what we had here in NBRV. So pretty good move there. Actually, don't mind what we're seeing. IPO. Let's quickly go to IPOE. So had a little bit of resistance. Let's see how this one holds. Personally, I kind of hope it sells off because I want to accumulate IPOE. So don't hate me if you're long IPOE, but I think it's going to be a great one in the next coming weeks. IPIRS, there it goes, selling off here below my alert. TOS alerts never work at the market open. Good little bounce again here. Whew, what a sell-off. PIRS with a 56 million float. So this is a pretty big sell-off on this ticker. Pretty big sell-off for sure. NBRV looking like it's finding support. I feel like I'm missing a ticker for some reason. I don't know why. PTIX being called out. Well, then again, I'm already looking at enough tickers. Yeah, good call on PTIX. Great move there. Look at that. That's like a 10% move. I think the other tickers are definitely worth watching, but they're just not as interesting at the moment. Good call out here. $8 million volume, very light. GME actually doing a pretty solid move here at the open, up 15%. ZS as well, DKS, Dick's Sporting Goods popping up. Yeah, PIRS, look at that. Not very nice. PIRS and NBRV look like, well, NBRV looks like a little bit of a dead cat bounce. I'd be nervous. Still watching IPOE as well. And thinking we might see a move below 20. We did have a move below 20. It didn't stay there very long. IPOE, I think there's a lot of eyes on it, but it could easily sell off again. We had a 53% rally in a few days, so It dipped 11%, bounced 5%. I wouldn't be surprised if it, try to test the bottom at least one more time. We'll see what happens. Nice, Michael. Shaky moves on PIRS. Very, very shaky open there. Down 10%. I can't say I'm super excited. Great call on PTIX again. That was really nice action we had on this one. That probably was the best move in the last 5 minutes. US biotech company here. Whoo, big breakout. 7 million float. This one's quick. Might halt. We might get a halter. Not seeing a news on it. Resistance at 4. We're coming up to that. Volume's really light on PTIX. That's actually why I stopped looking at it. 25% move. Big congrats to anyone that nailed this one. So far, so good. Volume crawling up nicely now. PIRS struggling. NBVR might be an opportunity for a trade. I just don't like the fact that, it has that big flush here to the left. Possible red to green on NBVR. The spread on PTIX is pretty heavy. MBVR trying to break VWAP. New minute in a couple seconds. 2, 1. Dip buyers coming in here. %, almost up on the day. That's good. See if we can get a small size on this one. 67. NBVR. NBRV still worth watching. Yeah, it hit that big resistance zone, so that could be the end for this ticker. Honestly, that's how it goes sometimes, really quick. No trades yet for me since the open. Just on my one pre-market trade, so pretty mellow here for me. I'm still watching IPOE, some bigger sell volume coming in on this one, so it looks like we might have that opportunity to buy below. I'm hoping 19.8 because this is the price that I pretty much gave up, that I could have traded it. So we'll see. I would like a move below this area for a swing trade. PIRS had that sell-off I was waiting for. Let's watch this one. Want to be careful. This is a dip trade on a backside move. Always want to be a little extra careful on these if I do go for it. New minute. Oh, so close to buying it. Was ready at like 43. I would have probably jumped on it. I like to buy after a big sell-off, but usually on the second candle, once momentum shifts. PIRS, it was very quick. It didn't really give you a good buying opportunity unless you just kind of closed your eyes and jumped on it. Same with NBRV right now. IPOE down. Could be an opportunity coming up. PTIX, a bit of a fake out there. It's kind of scary. There goes IPOE. Bigger dip on IPOE. Now it's dipping good. This is what I was waiting for. I didn't really want to jump in on this one before we saw something like this. So this is making me happy. I'm hoping we're gonna get a move below 19.5. If I go to my IRA account, you can see, boom, we just got filled there at 43. So this is where I have my first order. I'm gonna have the second order below 19 if we get below 19. I'm not sure if we will, but that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that big sell-off. So I'll put another 50 shares here ready to go. I really don't know how much more we're going to go down. I'll put it here for now, but I kind of want to watch this one, probably move it up. And then let's go back here to day trading. PIRS. Yeah, for day trading, it's not ideal. I mean, this is disgusting. Chop. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a double bottom here. Could be a good accumulation zone around 2. It's a hard play. PTIX was this. I gotta say was picture perfect. That was a phenomenal call out in the chat room. This was really good call out. I didn't jump on it because the volume was so light, but that probably wasn't justified because it was a new spiker. So good move there on PTIX. IPOE still selling off. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see if we can get that lower entry on IPOE. Put an alert here. My alerts are finally coming off. There goes PIRS, still selling off. This is a pretty nasty sell-off. Usually when you start seeing tickers dip below that 12, 13, 14% panic, that's at sometimes a point where I notice they don't usually make it back from. Obviously anything's possible, but it's something I've noticed. Volume fading on PIRS and NBRV. Oh man, am I not going to get a day trade going in here? It's kind of upsetting. I should have, coulda, woulda jumped on PTIX really hard, but again, didn't have the volume that I was usually looking for, but it was a new gapper, so I didn't probably calculate that as much, and it kind of looks like it's missing a news here, missing a catalyst. I have yet to find one. So yeah, I'm a little bit more cautious on those kind of things. NBRV popping back up, trying to break here. Let's see if it holds. Oh. Try to get that breakout. Nice move there on NBRV. Front side move. This was our lead gapper today. 25 million market float, 50 million market cap. Phase 3 trial news. Definitely in play. Back above VWAP. Let's see if we can reach 2.5, 2.6, and then we have big resistance roughly around 3. Take care, Michael. Take care, man. Watching NBRV. This is a bit of a flushy ticker, so I think it's going to be a little bit tricky to trade. You want to get aggressive on these breakouts, it seems like, and be very careful on the pullbacks. Just going to keep that in mind. Support came in pretty well though. 20 more seconds in this minute. Just went small size there, very small size. Try to get a bigger fill. Yeah, wasn't quick enough on that one. Let's see if we can get a little bit of continuation. 214 still holding. Buyers coming in there. Some good dip buying. Gonna cut my losses here with a ideally, I want to trade this one again. You know, it was actually funny. I even said, you got to be careful here with NBRV because of that pullback. We just saw it before, was very aggressive. So what I wanted to see here was a bull flag pattern happening in a continuation. I probably would have sold very, very quickly. So let's keep an eye on this one. Could be another opportunity, but we want to be kind of careful. Other than that, still probably one of our better tickers to be trading. So it's probably still worth it, but just keep those flushes in mind. So I had the right idea, wrong execution. Nice, crawling back up here. So I probably cut my losses a little bit too soon, but you just don't know if this thing flushes. I didn't have a massive size, but I had about a 60% of my full size. So I was getting towards a full size. So I did have to manage my risk there a little bit quicker. C20 still selling off here. If it breaks below 2.1, that's going to be, it might be out for this one. Then we would have to trade it on the backside. So that would be the not so good thing to happen here. NBRV watching 260, big buyers there. Oh, instantly just getting ripped through. Stops are going to be going off right now, I would assume. No trade, no clear pattern. I'm watching PIRS on my second screen. It actually looks like there's a little bit of a bottom forming here. Could be worth trading again. That was a huge sell-off on this ticker. So I like what I see there. IPOE bouncing a little bit. So pretty decent support that came in on this one. Let me go back to my IRA account. I was waiting for this to have a little bit more of a sell-off. I'm not sure if we're going to get it. This is pretty big support this ticker has in these areas with the SPAC merger coming up. So I'll go with my second size with potential to buy more under 19, another 50 shares. So I'll move that one up. Let's go ahead and go back to PIRS. Yeah, remember we were talking about when a ticker starts selling off for between 12 and 14%, that's usually when you know it might not return. And that's kind of what we're seeing here on PIRS. A little bit of a potential floor coming in temporarily though. Oh. I'm gonna go small size. Still selling off, okay. Possible second entry at 17. Full size around 4,000. Let's see if we can get a full size. All right, we're long IPOE. Remember, we're dip trading a ticker here on the backside. You always want to be a little bit careful when you're dip trading on the backside. I'm usually pretty quickly to take my profits on one of these tickers. Boom, you can see that. That's exactly what I meant. I'm usually looking for a retrace. I'm not looking for a home run trade. I'm looking usually for a quick retrace when I'm dip buying. Remember, we're on the backside. Boom. Close at 265, was able to walk away with a little bit of profits there. Still down 50 bucks for the day after getting stuck in that flush. So that was my bigger mistake on the day for sure. So a little bit unfortunate there, but by being patient, looking for the good opportunities, we were able to crawl a little bit back out of the hole. So I'm going to keep an eye on PIRS for sure. It looks like there could be that temporary bottom coming in. We might see a little bit more downside. We have huge support here at 4, so I'm thinking we might keep flushing. That's why I was not long to hold this move. New low just came in. It's a tough play. It's a really tough one. I'm not the biggest fan of backside moves lately because, you know, it's a negative risk reward setup. So you want to be really quick with it, right? You're trying to make 2%, but you're risking one of these bigger flushes, right? So you're risking, you know, sometimes a 5% move, a very quick move, which you got to stop out of very fast. So that's why I'm always a little bit hesitant on some of these plays. We went down to 14.11, 14.12, back above 2% here. So it's finding a little bit of support. Our first entry was at 4.18. Solid comment. Mike, either on day trading or swing trading in the stock section, whichever one you're going for. Still sellers on this one. It's been a heck of a sell-off here. Possible break above the 9 EMA. That's what that would be my target if I was long. But I was hoping we'd get a little bit more sell pressure. But I'm not sure if we're going to. I don't know, I feel like with dip trading, it's sometimes just better to be patient or not trade at all. Yeah, I might have missed this one. Let's see here, 420 holding pretty well. This has been a bit of the battleground right now. NBRV, look at that. We could have actually walked away green on this one, but man, oh man, was that flushy, huh? So I'm pretty happy the way I traded it. What I could have done on it was maybe rebuy, but that, I don't know. I usually don't like taking a second stab right away. TK80, guys, anyone trading this one? Pretty nice movement here, 7% spikes. We got still possible upside to about 23. Might be a little bit extended now, but just came on my radar a little bit. TK80. PIRS going for that. Yep. Good little breakout there. $420 being tested again on PIRS. That's tricky to play this one. It has huge bounce potential, about 5% upside, but risky pullbacks here when you're on the backside. Yep, there goes a bigger sell-off. See, that's what you gotta risk. So if I bought the pullback here towards the 9 EMA after the break of the 9 EMA, I would be down now 2%. So it's a tough way to trade. Usually not my favorite. I'm gonna put an alert on this one again. Evergreen calling out NNDM. Yeah, good call. Definitely clean here. Rate of change is a little bit slow. Like a whole sell-off like this, only 2.5%. A whole entire run like this, only 8%. That's slow, but huge resistance. It's currently at really big resistance right now. Relative volume also really light. That's a bit of a red flag. So I don't know if it's going to have enough push to break through that, but it could crawl back above 7 and make a double top. But it's, you know, it's tough because on days like today where you don't really have any one great ticker, you kind of have to figure out what's the best one to trade. And I don't know why I'm so fixated on PIRS, but at least I've been watching it long enough to kind of get a little bit of a flow on it. Sometimes that's better than skipping around. NBRV is getting close to a double bottom, guys, from the pre-market low. That could, or not a pre-market low, but from the actually roughly pre-market low, but also the open low. This could be a good play. I'm just gonna watch PIRS a little bit longer here. It's 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna probably be wrapping up fairly soon here. PIRS could be getting close to a major support zone. Whew, look at this one selling off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big old red candles on the 5-minute chart. Not looking very healthy, but looking like it has dip trade potential written all over it. Just got to be very quick on it. PTIX crawling back up. Volume's actually okay with 1 million shares here. It's really not too bad, actually. TKT selling off a little bit. Whoa! PT, was that PTIX that just fell off a cliff? No, PIRS. Wait, no. NBRV on my second screen. I had it up, but it said the company name. Whoa. Break of support there, 7%. That was nasty. On the 5, actually on the 4 hour, approaching some support around 1.8. Second sell-off on NBRV coming up. We've seen some pretty big sell-offs on this ticker. I wouldn't be trading it until it broke 192. Possible dip trade coming up. Mm, 191 is actually acting as pretty decent support, but I don't see a reason to jump on it just yet. Still a lot of sell pressure on this, so I'd rather miss a ticker like this than jump on when those sellers are still so high. Let's see what happens here. It's actually holding better than anticipated, but I was fine not being part of that. Ooh, nasty. I'm gonna put an alert on here, see if it does break below 91. It looks like it's actually getting towards that right now, so my alert might just go off any second. We did have some bigger support around 83, so we could have a bit of support coming in around, I don't know, between 83 and 87. It's never perfect, but that's kind of what I was looking for. So I was looking for a second red candle, a little bit of continuation there to get an entry, but no go, unfortunately. PIRS trying again here, guys. PIRS is looking pretty nice. I've been waiting for a move kind of below 410. We had a move here to 409. Was kind of expecting it to go a little bit bigger of a dip, And right now it's having that really good rebound here. So congrats to anyone that nailed PIRS. It was looking pretty nice. I was hoping that we might have a little bit more of a sell-off, but it just didn't come. Dang, Sean. There we go, man. Congrats on that 13K. Ha! Heck yeah. IPOE crawling back up. About a 4K size on this one. I'm not sure how much more I could accumulate on this account. Yeah, I could do another maybe 50 shares. I have to close out another limit order though. So IPOE worked out really well. We sold yesterday almost near the perfect high at 21.66 on its way all the way up. So I didn't want to sell this one. I've been holding this one for quite a long time. I just felt like we had a really strong run and I wanted to buy pretty much on that first major pullback. And that's pretty much what we did with accumulation roughly around 30, and we pulled back roughly around 10%, a little more than 10% from the high. So I pretty much have the same position as IPOE, but I rebought more or less at a lower price. IRA account, so there's no taxes involved with doing that. So yeah, fairly simple move actually. Good move on PIRS, crawling off the lows. Unfortunately, we're not part of it. I was really hoping we would snag it, but no snagging took place. Man. Slow day for me personally. I feel like I avoided some nasty stuff, but I also kind of missed some pretty good stuff like PTIX on the front side. Missed that one. Sometimes all it takes is just, one good trade. But I didn't jump on it quick enough. There goes PIRS. So check out GME again. Nice open there on GME. But then it wasn't really able to hold. AMC has had such a wild move here, up 57%. Shaky open, but then broke high. Now it's pulling back to former support. Question is, are we going to have a continuation here back above 19? That's really what it all boils down to. AMC and GME right now are two of the main gappers in terms of dollar volume. So you could just see the size on these stickers is overtaking a lot of the other stuff we're trading right now. Usually once we're in a little bit more small cap season where it's really, really hot, you'll see tickers like PIRS roughly around 1,000 in dollar volume, maybe between 500 and 1,000. They are very, very small caps. Check out their market cap, 250 million compared to AMC or GME, which is 8 to 16 million, so a billion. So you can't even compare the size, and that's why these smaller tickers they'll be running 1, 2, 3, 4, 500%, and that's why we like day trading them. While I feel like with GME and AMC, when I'm day trading those kind of tickers, you're kind of scalping for these small percentages, and I don't know, it's not my style. I think there's probably people doing very well with it, but me personally, I'm kind of focused on a different. Almost a different asset class in a way. great bounce there on IPOE. I think we are just about back in the green on this one. First entry at 43, second entry at 26. Crawling higher now. 3-4%. So we'll see where it goes. Could easily break 19. If it does break 19, I would look to buy a little bit more. Oops. I still feel like there's trading opportunities, but it's got pretty mellow. TK18 now on the backside of a move. Volume pretty much disappeared on TK18. PIRS. I keep thinking PIRS is going to give us some opportunity here. So I've been constantly just watching this one. On the second, on the 5 minute, it does look like we are approaching a little bit of support. I might consider trading this one closer to $4. It's kind of been my goal this whole entire time. But it's just not very clean on how it's going there, which is just making me a tad bit uncomfortable. Oh, Steven, that happens to all of us, man. Sean, so happy to, so sorry to hear that, man. That's mad stressful. Although there's some good HPs now. They're definitely up and coming again in the laptop space. Evergreen still long with NDM. It's crawling. Yup, came back up to 7. Broke the double top even. Really good. Holding that area up 3%. Not really too shabby. Looks okay. Could be worth the trade. I think what I'm going to be doing here is, well, besides obviously wrapping up, I think I'm going to watch, while I'm timestamping the live stream, I'm going to watch PIRS a little bit longer. I think there's going to be a nice bounce opportunity on this ticker. So I'm going to have my eyes on PIRS a little bit longer. I just don't know how long it's going to take. It could take till 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't want to get super aggressive on here. And honestly, past like 10:30, 10:45, I probably don't even want to trade at all. So I'll watch this one a little bit longer. My whole goal here was always to trade it again closer to $4. We never really came back to $4. If we do come to $4, I would like to see how it performs. If it lightly cracks it, I might buy, looking for a move back above 4. If volume really slows down before it reaches 4, I might do a little bit of a support line bounce or something like that. So that's what I got my eyes on. Other than that, pretty kind of simple day trading day here. Let me throw my disclaimer on for anyone that's new. And yeah, so we have a nice little small red day, actually. Yeah, we're down $49. Not really too bad. Is what it is. Yesterday was a decent little green day. Today's a small little red day. So, yeah, it is what it is. I was a little bit too ambitious here with NBRV, and we took a fat daddy $379 loss on that one. But let's NB... Let me just pull it up here so you guys can see it. So we had a flush, then we tried to break above VWAP. We had a second flush, we broke above VWAP, and I even said, be careful, this one might flush. I was just thinking maybe we're going to get a little bit of a pennant pattern here before we have a flush, and I wanted to trade that, looking for maybe a fake out and sell into the fake out. Never ended up happening. Pullback was strong, and I took my losses there. So I knew that there was high risk, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to somehow walk away green on that one. I did only go half size, a little bit more than half size, so that's probably the best part. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up there. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Zero Blue is wondering what PB stands for. It stands for pullback. So I do dip trades, I do pullbacks, I do red to green. And that's primarily all of them for day trading. Pullbacks are usually on the front, and then breakout, obviously breakouts. Pullbacks are really when you're on the front side of a move and the ticker's pulling back to the 9 EMA. So this blue line, right? So all of a sudden we're on the front side right here. We're above the 9 EMA. We're above VWAP. I was trying to buy the pullback back to the 9 EMA. Look for a continuation. That's more or less the move. I wasn't necessarily buying the breakout here. In these areas, these highs, I was waiting for the ticker to pull back a little bit. This was a very aggressive pullback, I should probably say. What's up, Roshan? Throw it at me. Oh god, Roshan, sorry about the freaking missing keys on that. It sounds super stressful. When you're saying you're going short, to be honest, I don't even really remember me saying I'm going short. I wish I had an answer to that right now. If you have a specific moment in mind, can you send it to me on Discord? Just timestamp it, and I'll answer that. But usually, I honestly don't remember me saying short right now. I'm sure I must have said it though. Shorts. I don't know. Maybe I said something about shorts taking over, or I don't know. I couldn't answer that. Sorry. Oh, I wrote it. Well, I mean, usually if I'm talking about short, I really mean short. I just don't I just don't go short that much, but I still talk about shorting from time to time. So I don't know. Hopefully that clears it up. 100% infinity. Yeah, maybe Nicholas. That could also be what it is. Yeah, life. There's clearly a lot of shorts on PIRS, and man, oh man, I really wanted to accumulate this one, but it didn't let me. It didn't get close to 4. I had a feeling on the way down here we weren't there yet, so I wasn't ready to hold. But it looks like that accumulation has taken place. Congrats to anyone that's milking PIRS. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades. I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning, and yeah, peace out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. I really do appreciate that. I knew there was something missing. See you guys.